All right. Hey, what's up, Warriors? It's Coach JV. So we're going to be doing live much more frequently. So we're live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So I'm going to share an introduction, what my intentions are, and what we're going to be going over today is the old paradigm of money and the new quantum paradigm of money. So if you're watching this live, I want you to welcome. If you're watching this in the future, welcome as well. So hey, everybody on TikTok, we got YouTube, we got Instagram, we got Twitter, and Facebook. So we're going to go ahead and get this kicked off. So who am I? I'm Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, crypto, and business coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And I want to share with you my intentions. So my intentions as a coach, influencer, creator, whatever that represents, is to help people with information that has helped me completely free myself here, financially, spiritually, and as a parent as well. So I broke free from the just over broke system. I left corporate America in August 2017. I was an executive banker at a bank, and I broke free from the system and got the crap kicked out of me for about 3 years because I was deeply indoctrinated into the education system and understanding that wealth was this esoteric, physical thing. And so what I'm going to break down for you today is I'm going to break down the old paradigm of money, and then I'm going to break down the new paradigm of money. Now, I'm not sure if this will work for you, but this is what worked for me, and it's worked for 4,500 warriors worldwide. So the biggest thing that we need to talk about is the paradigm shift, okay? So I want you to think about the 1900s to 2000. So in the 1900s, we were having a big shift in our society, okay? We were going into the industrial era, gas, oil, right? There was very, very wealthy families that were moving people into becoming workers. We want a society of workers, not educated people. Now, here's the thing. From the 1900s to about 2000, I would say 1900s about 2000, you could go get a good job. You could go to school, get an education, get a good job with a pension, and you could retire and have a good life. But I truly believe since 2000 to 2020 now, it's shifted dramatically. And I think there's definitely an issue. I know that there's an issue of taking advice from people who are stuck into an old earth industrial paradigm versus the quantum field that we're going into. So here's some facts. We're moving from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. We're moving from industrial to technical. So think about those changes. Industrial to technical, Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. We're moving from computing, inputting, to connectivity. So the way you do business, the way you communicate, the way you date, the way you talk, the way you think, the way you interact with machines, the way you is all changing. So why does that make us think that our finances and how we think of finances or business and wealth shouldn't change? So here's the old system, okay? So you went from school to kindergarten to 12th grade. And in kindergarten and 12th grade, what happened? You were taught to memorize, to stay in line. You got 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch. What does that sound like? Corporate America, okay? You were taught to memorize, to pass a test, to get a grade point average, and that's how you were deemed your worth within a schooling system. So you went to school from kindergarten to 12th grade to go to college. Your parents go to school, go to college to get a good job. Now, back in the days, college was pretty reasonable, right? You could pay for college, you could get a good job and but something changed pretty dramatically. Once the government started to subsidize education, all of a sudden it cost a fortune to go to school. So now here's what actually happens in our quantum paradigm right now. So you go to school, you go to college, you pay $100,000 for an education. $100,000 for an education. Well, most people don't have $100,000 sitting in their pocket, right? The student doesn't, the parent usually doesn't, so they go out and get a subsidized loan by the government to go get $100,000 in debt to get a job just over broke to make $30,000 a year to try to pay back this loan. So then they work for a company, and most people don't work this long for a company anymore. That's why this paradigm needs to shift. People used to work for a company 30 to 35 years. They would retire, they would do a retirement party, they'd get their watch, and they did what's called a 401k. So the 401k, I want you to think about this for just a moment. Say you were patient enough, people aren't anymore, they jump jobs all the time, to stay with your company in a 401k, and you retired with $1 million at 5% interest. you would have $50,000 in retirement income and some health insurance. I don't know about you guys, but $50,000 in retirement income doesn't sound very appetizing to me, specifically now that gas prices are $8. And on Friday, tomorrow, if they're going to raise interest rates again, we know the market's going to respond not favorably. If they lower interest rates or they're going in the right direction, we may see a little bit of pump in the market. But the fact is, your dollar has been collapsing since 1971 when we attached to the gold standard. So again, the old paradigm of money isn't going to work in the new paradigm. It's just not, okay? So I'm going to share with you what worked for me. So the old paradigm, 401k, you get your insurance, you retire, you struggle, you have income, and your Social Security. How many of you think that Social Security is going to be here? Comment wherever you're at on which social media platform. How many of you think Social Security is going to be here when you retire? If you're 25, 35 years old, I'm 46 years old, okay? So this is the old paradigm, but something started to happen between 2000 and 2022, okay? We had the dot-com boom. Think about that for just a moment. All of a sudden, we went from walking to someone's house, knocking on the door, calling somebody, to internet. Now we could get on a computer in our house, and I could connect with Brenda, who's sitting right here, in her house. It started to change the way we did business. It started to change the way that we communicated. So from 2000 to about 2006, technology really started ramping up. Then all of a sudden, you had MySpace. So now I can see what Brenda is doing because she's posting all the time on MySpace, and I can now get a glimpse into her life without walking over to her house or with talking to her or even picking up the phone. I don't even have to leave the house anymore. So that's when the shift really started to happen. That's when people started to get impatient. So how can we move into a new quantum paradigm with the same financial system? So here's the shift that I made after I left banking. And I started to realize that our world is shifting. And here's where the shift came from. Is all of a sudden, I'm getting my shit together, I'm getting my business going again, and all of a sudden, boom, we get hit with the C word, right? Everybody looks this way. They shut down the businesses. We own a facility. Our other headquarters over there is a training facility. They shut us down. So all of a sudden, I lose 78% of my revenue. So I'm in the physical paradigm, the old wealth paradigm, and now my business is shut down. So it triggered me. It pissed me off. And I was like, I can't operate in this paradigm anymore. I need to figure out where we're heading, but here's the secret. The people that control the money, control the information, control the people, are doing their finances very different than you. Very, very different from you. Very, very different. Would you agree that most people are weighted in their 401k, right? They're weighted in their 401k. And people who are heading into retirement, think about how they feel right now. If the stock market comes collapsing down, what happens to the retirement? They have to delay retirement. So what do the wealthy do? So I'm going to show you what worked for me. I don't know if this would work for you, but this is the new way. This is what I did, okay? So I learned that you need to make money work for you. The old paradigm is they taught us to make work for money. So the old paradigm is they taught us to trade our time for money. So you have to clock in to get a paycheck, to show your self-worth, to go home, to start it over again. So the old paradigm is you need to work for money, okay? What we need to transition to is making money work for you. What does that mean? When you get paid, your money should go to work for you. That's what the elites do. That's what the wealthy do. That's what the bankers in the old paradigm, when you walked in, and that's what those bankers and banks are doing, but they didn't teach you how to do that. Okay, just put it in your 401k, put it in a mutual fund, okay? Secure it in our bank, and we're going to take your money, and we're going to make it work for us. So in the old paradigm, we put our money into the banks. We put our $30,000 into the bank and our 401k into the stock market. And guess what those companies do? They take your money, specifically the bank, and they go make money off your money. Okay, so now we're going to learn how to make money work for us. Okay, make money while you sleep. What does that mean? Warren Buffett says you will never be wealthy until you make money while you sleep. I'm like, okay. So when I left corporate America, I went into this new paradigm of online marketing, advertising my businesses, my gyms, my coaching programs. I got smashed, but I stayed consistent. I kept focused on the daily activities. I hired coaches, I hired gurus, some great, some horrible. But what I learned is there's a system out there that if someone can take a problem, crunch the timeline to success, and create step processes, that you now have what's called an online company, okay? I truly believe that the top 3 companies that are going to make multi-millionaires in the next 3 years, number 1 is cryptocurrency companies. Number two is people who understand social media marketing and can transition companies into using things like TikTok. And number three, I believe online mindfulness companies. So number one is cryptocurrency education. Number two, I believe is people who can take social media marketing and help companies who are stuck in this paradigm and move them into the new quantum paradigm through things like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, okay? So the one thing you can do to make money while you sleep is you create an online company. New education system makes money while you sleep. So what I started doing is I started an online program. I used an app called TikTok. So my daughter introduced me to TikTok. She's like, Dad, we're stuck down with the pandemic. We're locked down. I had to move back in with my parents. I had lost everything because I was operating in the old paradigm, right? The struggle paradigm, the struggle bus. So we started having fun on TikTok. So I started to tell my story. I started to follow two major people that really changed my life. Number one is Gary Vee. So Gary Vee was like, be authentic. And it was very scary because here I am, 42 years old at this time. I've lost all my money again, right? I had some cryptocurrency, which was great. Lost all my money, credit cards are maxing. Gary Vee says, be honest, be authentic. So I did. I went on TikTok and I started being authentic. I was like, hey guys, I'm living on my mom's couch and I'm going to show you how I'm going to break free from this paradigm. And it's never going to happen again. Well, lo and behold, through my authenticity, I was able to build an online company to teach people how I did it. And we scaled a 7-figure company off of TikTok. Think about that, 42 years old. I didn't believe in TikTok. My daughter's like, Dad, you gotta get on social media. You gotta get on TikTok. And so I listened to her. Lo and behold, the advice from a 15-year-old at the time, she's 18 now, was a life-changing decision that took us to a 7-figure company. It took us from the earth paradigm, this paradigm, stuck in this old paradigm, into the quantum paradigm, where we reach people every single day, millions of people on a daily basis that learn from us the steps of how to get to wealth quicker. 4,500 words about that program. So here's the thing. You need to make money work for you, make money while you sleep. You can start an online company if you know how to get someone to success. Okay, so that's one part. The world, if you're a business owner, if you're not studying the metaverse, you're not studying NFTs, tokenization, if you're not studying cryptocurrency, you're not studying blockchain technology, and you're not understanding that this is the new way, not this crap anymore where you spend $100,000 to go to a college to make $30,000. This is the way people are learning. This is the way people are learning now. There's people paying $100,000 for an education they can get off a $12,000 course online or a $10,000 course, or someone selling it for $300. People that are actually doing it. Now, the thing you want to watch out for is a lot of fake gurus. There's a lot of people out there that are selling you courses on how to make money online when they've never made money online. So just be cautious of it, okay? So the quantum way is make money while you sleep, make money work for you, okay? Then the next thing that I did is I started investing in future technologies. Crypto, you can do things like gas, solar, wind. So I started to look at where are we heading, okay? And I started investing in a speculative asset called cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, what is cryptocurrency? It's a blockchain technology. Some companies are changing the way we do finances, they're changing the way we do supply chain, medical tracking, right? So I started to look at what I thought were going to be the winners and losers in that space. So I went from this old paradigm of working for money to creating a company that made money while I slept. I had already started investing in cryptocurrency, a speculative asset. And then here's the other key right here. I started to study what the wealthy were doing, okay? If I just stayed here and here, I'd have been back in the old paradigm if everything collapses. Because why did I keep losing my money? It's because I was here. I was stuck in this linear, one source of income. You always need to have multiple sources of income. So I have multiple online companies. A couple are launching this summer, okay? I invested in a speculative asset called crypto, which is my investment. Then I started to learn that I needed to secure my wealth. So you have car insurance, correct? You have home insurance. A lot of you protect yourself with life insurance, but there's things called levered life insurance. So I started to be my own bank. A lot of you guys at Walker Flocka Flame was talking about on TikTok. He's talking about how he uses an insurance policy. It's probably leveraged life insurance. So I started to realize that I could be my own bank. I could compound, zero floor, and asset protection. Here's what you never ever do, warriors. You never mix your investments with your retirement. So that was wise counsel, right? So I started understanding my investments would be my cryptocurrency, okay? But you don't mix your investments with your retirement. You secure your wealth. Remember, retirement is boring. It's not sexy at all. And it compounds. You want something that's compounding. You want something that has a potential for large growth. And then you need something that's making money while you sleep. Passive income, you have something that's going to go up. Then you can secure that money into a leveraged life insurance policy. So the old way of thinking about money, warriors, is getting shattered. When I say wise counsel, and this isn't a bash on anybody, the old way of thinking about money is getting smashed. We can't move into this new quantum paradigm with the same rules that lasted before. Think about education systems now, warriors. What they did to us is they put us in school. We had to memorize to pass a test, to get a grade point average, to get our credit card, to get a credit score, to get a credit card to buy things we can't afford, as Gary Vee says, to impress people we don't like, to get a 30-year mortgage that most people don't pay off anymore. They get another mortgage to get an 84-month loan on a car now, to pay for your phone from Verizon or whatever, you rent it now. So we don't pay anything off anymore. The World Economic Forum says by 2030, we're going to own nothing and be happy. We already own nothing, and most people aren't happy. So think about that. So I'm going to continue to educate you guys, or excuse me, I shouldn't say I'm trying to educate anybody. All I'm going to do is show you guys. I'm just going to show you guys, sorry, I'm live all over here. I'm going to show you guys what I did. That's what I'm doing. If you go to links in my bios on all the platforms here, you go into YouTube down below, I'm literally showing you for free my blueprint. I just want to help as many people as possible transition from here to here. It worked for me. It's worked for my warriors. We got 27 team members in our Warrior Academy. We've helped 4,500 people worldwide. And I'm going to start sharing how I built these online businesses because I think it's important. Now, the fact is, a lot of online businesses, the reason why they don't succeed, I think the math is, don't quote me on this, 92% of online businesses make $5,000 or less. So don't let people sell you the dream. I'm going to give you, here's why though. And then only 8%, I believe, make $5,000 or more. So don't quote me on that, okay? But very few make a lot of money online. This is why. Because they're trying to sell you a product. They're like, hey guys, here's a course on how I did it. Okay, they can watch that shit online. They can go to Google, they can go to YouTube, they can go to Instagram, TikTok, they can go all stuff. You need to add value. You need to add value. Gary Vee taught me, and Alex Hormozi taught me you have to add value. So I'm giving it away for free. You can go get this stuff for free. You add value first, okay? Then you show people that you can solve the problem for them. You can crunch their timeline to success, and you create steps to it. That's an online course. It's that simple. So let's demystify that, okay? There's other factors you need in place, though. You can't just have a course. You need to have community, tribe. You need to have accountability, and you have to have systems and processes. Those all need to be in place. Then you have a successful program, okay? So let's recap just a moment. You can't move into the new paradigm with an old way of thinking. You can't. You can't. A lot of your parents are giving you advice on finances when they have no idea how the wealthy are making money. When the stock market collapses, the elites are going to be just fine. Money's been very cheap for a very long time. Interest rates have been so low. Grant Cardone says the wealthy people borrow money to buy assets and get rich, and the poor people use credit to make the richer richer. Think about that. When the stock market collapses, they're just fine. They're already de-risking and de-leveraging out of the stock market wars. So give me a thumbs up on here on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, if you want this type of content. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to start sharing this information with you guys. I don't know if it'll work for you, but this is what worked for me. This is a new way of finances that's worked for me. Okay, I have complete freedom of my time, which is freedom for me. If I made $30,000 a year and I had freedom of my time, that would be worth it for me, okay? But we make a lot more than $30,000 a year, okay? We make a lot more than $30,000 a month. We make about, on average, about $140,000 in passive income a month. Why do I tell you that? Because people want to see it, believe it. I'll believe it when I see it, right? Well, it happened. At 42 years old, I started using TikTok to tell my story. I was able to scale an online company. We're about to scale another one to 7 figures. We have 2 in 5 figures right now, and we have 5 in startup. You can do the same thing, warriors. I'm gonna end by saying this. I'm a dude with dyslexia. I can't spell, but what I can do is I can teach you how to never give up, how to understand the game so you can't be played, and I can teach you that if you have an idea, there's plenty of resources around you. If God gave you the idea, that means you have the ability to do it, warriors. So my mission and purpose and my intentions are to free as many human beings as possible from this just over broke system. So comment down below if you like these types of videos. We're going to start going live more often, connecting with you guys. I'm going to kind of behind the scenes, but I'm coming to the forefront to free as many people as possible. As we always say, warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Let's go.